And current score, Europe leads our race to 11, 1-0. Of course, this match is a race to follow.
I'll tell you what, I've been in some Q Sports arenas in my time. I've never seen or heard anything quite like this. The atmosphere is absolutely fantastic. Ronnie O'Sullivan at the UK Championship last night complained about a lack of atmosphere at York. No problems here in Blackpool.
Yeah, and the Americans really have a hard time getting used to that, because in America we play pool in tournaments they're as quiet as a coffin. Karl Boyes to knock him off.
He's already got momentum. Can he parlay that into a cracking break here?
That's dry. That brings America to the table. Here's another look at the break. And that 6-ball almost went, but no cigar for that one. Karl a little upset at that break, but really it's a break shot.
Yes, and having come up dry, I suppose he could have been a lot worse. See what I mean?
Well, the Americans got very lucky there. Those nerves should have cost Corey the rack, but instead he's gotten a safety out of it. You can see Corey shrugging his shoulders in the background. He's getting a bit frustrated, I would imagine.
10 seconds.
Extension call.
They have used their extension, and Darren's going to go airborne here. He'll be using that short jump stick.
Settle down there, please.
He will gladly settle for that.
It's hard to even think with this crowd noise going on. But yeah, he'll be very happy with this result. Corey got a lucky safe and got returned to him.
Nice and quiet then, please.
Nigel Rees asking this crowd to be quiet. That's a big ask.
He'll be saying that a lot tonight. Justin hoping to hit the left side of that 1-ball as you see it, so that the cue ball comes down into this crowd of balls near the corner pocket. He could get safe if he can do that. He hit the left side, but a little too thin. However, look at the distance, Phil. This is no cherry.
Well, so far, even though the first match by its very nature was fragmentary, we've seen a lot of swift racks. This one might be a little more tactical.
Yeah, I would expect a pretty good safety battle here. Oh, he's going to hide behind the 6. And this whole group of balls. What a shot. What a shot from Boyes. Look at the precision that man uses. Beautiful shot.
Settle down, please. Nice and quiet, please.
Corey taking an intentional foul now to try and tie the table up so that a run out is not easy.
Start the clock.
Well, it's one of the most complex tables you can pretty much imagine. 2 clusters. That's causing all the problems. 1, 2, and 3. Pretty straightforward. After that, headaches.
Yeah, the 4 and the 5 are in bad places. I think there's no handy way to break them out.
Yeah. 7 seconds.
No extensions left for Team Europe. America still has theirs. Again, this is that angle that's so tough to hit the ball, and he doesn't. And once again, Europe has ball in hand, and we've been saying that a lot tonight.
Second foul.
Nigel Rees announcing second foul, and that could be quite important, because if the Europeans can tie the Americans up again, 3 fouls and the rack goes to Europe.
Correct. 3 fouls in a row is a loss. And with a table like this, why wouldn't you go for that? Well, he broke that cluster up. Does he have a plan for the other? Maybe kind of dodgy as to whether or not he can get enough of this 2-ball to make it into the corner. They're acting like they can. Yeah, he can get to it. Oh, he didn't want to hit that 9-ball. He wanted to be out in the middle of the table. I still don't know how he's going to get to that 5. Well, he's straight here. He can't move that cue ball a whole lot. Yeah, that's good. He may be planning the safe off of the 5. Or is he going to go for the combination? Do they have that much confidence this early? They sure do.
Well, Appleton was looking at that a couple of shots ago. This could be the key to the rack.
A little punch.
Yeah, the problem with combinations, though, is you've got to plot the path completely for 3 balls because you've got to leave yourself shape on that first ball you're going to hit. Not easy.
The shot clock running low. Deep's coming in. Perfect.
Couldn't ask for much more than that. Look at the way this shot sets up. He kissed that cue ball, which he did not intend to do with the 5, but the way he's set up, the cue ball can go right back and forth across and be in center table for a perfect out. Well, that's a little high on the table. I thought he would come up to center table. I imagine he did too.
I think, Jerry, this is what they call picking up where they left off.
I'm telling you, they are really making a show of force here so far. And this man never misses.
Karl Boyes, hometown hero. Europe, 1 rack to 0 ahead in this first doubles match of the 21st Mosconi Cup. They've made the defending champions a dream start.
Yeah, they've built their confidence with every ball, it seems like. Take a look at this combo. This is beautiful. And this is what that led to. 9 ball gone, match 1.
Appleton and Boyes played in the first doubles match last year in Las Vegas. They were 2 racks to 0 down against Strickland and Morris, but they came back to win 5-3. In this particular contest, they're off to a flyer.
Yeah, and it's easy to say this, but what America has to do is put everything out of their mind and just keep playing like this is the first rack they've seen. But that is so difficult to do. Everybody says play the table, not your opponents.
Trailing 1 rack to 0.
When these guys are your opponents, they're in your head.
I also think the crowd is a massive factor. I was watching the faces of the Americans during that first match when all 5 of them were out there on the floor, and they really did look intimidated.
This is the crowd that'll do it. Okay, he's got a ball down, and he's got a shot on the 1, a very easy shot on the 1 with shape to the 3. Take another look. 1 ball down, and the lowest numbered ball, the 1, is all set up. Let's see how he can do.
Well, I'll tell you what, every time Corey Deuel broke off in this tournament, if he had a break like that, he would gladly accept it.
No doubt. Whoa, if he had run into that 7 ball, that would have been tragedy. But this is the kind of rack that can give America some confidence. They're going to be at the table long enough now to get their arms warm. The 6 ball is the green ball on the right side of the table. They'll just go back and forth across the table. Just needs a little angle on that 6. This rack should be America's. It's almost an automatic out.
And really, winning it was the main priority, but winning in style is a real bonus for them.
Corey's made a couple of mistakes today. He has to put that completely away. Well, he's on the wrong side of the 8 for easy shape for the 9, unless he wants to go around 3 rails. I imagine he'll just slow roll it to the other side, just like this, and leave Corey a bit of a shot. That's not much of a shot for Corey. Corey gets it done. We are now tied 1-1 in our race to 5. Of course, Europe already has 1 match win under there's Kelly Fisher, one of the greatest women to ever pick up a cue stick. They call her Quick Fire.
Yes, before she became a very good tour player, she was a multiple Women's World Snooker champion. And of course, Karl Boyes' partner and the mother of his child, Lynette Horsburgh, has got that same title as well, Women's World Snooker champion, and she's here somewhere also.
Oh, Phil, I can count on you to pull out the minutiae. That's great. Nigel Reese is putting the rack together for us, and the players are just fighting it, the chance to get back to that table. This will be Darren Appleton.
Thank you, rack 3. You're up to break 1-1. Nice and quiet, please, now. Thank you.
The 6-ball falls, but the 1 ball is a long way away. Now, it can be made. It's got half a pocket, but take a look at the way this table sets up, and you can see the 1 ball in the upper right corner of your screen. Boy, that's tough. I don't know if I take that on or not.
When they won the World Cup of Pool, these two, in Portsmouth earlier this year, Karl Boyes pulled off some crunch pots at just the right time. Of course, they beat the USA en route to that victory, beating Holland in the final. And when it came to those critical pots, Boyes, by and large, stood firm.
He did not mean to do that at all. He meant to hit that ball going in, not coming out. It's rather odd for world 8-ball champion.
3-set clock.
America now has another great chance to grab a rack. Cue ball in hand.
Well, Jerry, this is the 9th rack of the tournament overall, and we're seeing ball in hand an inordinate amount of times.
I'm completely surprised at the number of times we've seen this ball in hand. That's rare in most tournaments.
It may be symptomatic of the pressure that all 10 players are bound to be feeling. We talk about the Americans being intimidated by the crowd. Sometimes having lots of support yourself can be off-putting because you're weighed down by a burden of responsibility and expectation.
Indeed. Always look for the backhand to be shaking if they're nervous. Corey's hand was steady. And there's no shaking this man's hand either. Boy, you didn't want to leave him that close to the rail.
Thank you. Nice and quiet, please.
Boy, center table would be great. Close enough.
Justin Hall, living in Tampa, Florida these days. Corey Deuel, born in Ohio. Looks like they're going to take the Americans 2-1 up in this particular contest.
Nine ball down. USA leading 2-1, and they really need this match to tie us up at 1 rather than being in a 2-game hole. Welcome back to the Tower Circus. Right now, we're watching Darren Appleton and Karl Boyes play Corey Deuel and Justin Hall. Corey and Justin lead 2-1, but look what we've got coming your way. Next, Mark Gray versus John Schmidt. Then Niels Feijen versus Justin Bergman. Nikos Ekonomopoulos versus, oh, excuse me, that's a team match. Feijen and Ekonomopoulos versus Bergman and Boening. And then it's a great one, Appleton versus Van Boening.
Okay, yep. Thank you, rack 4. USA to break, leading 2 racks to 1.
Well, the standard of pool so far has been very good indeed. The one thing you can say about this particular contest is that the breaks haven't been all that effective. Can Justin Hall buck the trend?
That's a dry break, and that brings... No, he did make a ball. Sorry, that brings Corey Deuel to the table.
Some quiet, please.
Real test of cueing this, and when you're under pressure, they are the worst. Passed with flying colours. Nicely done.
You know, if he gets on this 3-ball, the rest of the rack is laying out very easily. But he's got to clear the 6 and 7 to get over for the 3. I think he can do that.
Justin Hall is wearing a glove to aid his cueing, but it's very warm in the arena. He's sweating because he's nervous as well. He's finding difficulty getting the cue through smoothly.
Well, Corey had no intention of running into that 9-ball. Excuse me, Justin had no intention. Oh, Justin, watch that side pocket.
Pinch the pockets sensibly, as you would expect from the most experienced man of the duo.
Well, it should be automatic, Phil.
And there's a tried and tested formula to quieten crowds in a Q Sports environment. Win racks or win frames and silence will descend, and that's what the Americans are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yes, keeping the crowd quiet is a huge advantage for Team America. Here we go. Deuel and Hall now lead our race to 5, 3-1. Boy, they're coming back. I tell you, they really, as I've said, they need this match terribly psychologically so they can be tied going into the next round.
I might be able to pinch this ball. You only put it slide.
Our next match is Gray versus Schmidt.
Right.
The odds of you getting behind it are slim.
As you would expect for someone who lives literally just down the road, no one has got more vocal support here than Karl Boyes. Needs to deliver with this break. As good as they are, these two, as good as they are collectively, you can't afford to fall 4-1 down in a race to 5.
9 balls, all about
Thank
the
you,
break
rack
shot.
5. You're up to break. Training 1 rack to 3. Nice and quiet then, please.
The eyes of a champion. He's got a ball down, and watch out, the 9 ball's headed toward the side pocket. No!
All eyes on the 9. Now the attention turns to where the 2 is, and from a European perspective, it's not good.
They cannot afford, neither team can afford to leave a shot on the 2 because the 3-9 combination is sitting there waiting for it. Karl has got to play a safety here. He just can't take this risk.
Well, it's all about pace, isn't it? If you're going. Like
These two have been playing in doubles competitions for 14 years now. Men and boys. They know each other's games inside out. Appleton quite willingly says that more often than not he takes the lead
left.
role, but he'll take Boyes' advice.
10 seconds, does.
And he's taking it now. Get on with it.
But they have used their extension now.
What a fantastic auditorium this is. We know from the shootout in snooker that it's got a great ability to create wonderful acoustics and environment, but for pool it's even better.
Will it come up safe? It sure will. Now this is an easy ball to hit, and there's some clusters that he could hide behind if he can hit on, as you're looking at it, the top side of the 3 ball. He could at least separate and get some distance.
Very calm. Take your time with it.
Time out.
Extension call.
You might think, why do they take their extension so early in racks? Well, basically it's because the more balls on the table, generally speaking, the more complex the situation and more thinking time is required.
Well, he made the hit. Cue ball's headed toward the side. Tough leave.
Yes, the 6 unintentionally in. Has it done them any favours?
I don't think so. The shot clock got him. He rushed that shot. The 3-9 is still there if he wants it, but this run is easy enough. I think I'd just take it through the colors and be happy with it. Now again, you can see the cue ball is going to be moving away from where the 4 ball is on the right-hand side of the table. So will he settle for a longer shot or go 3 rails around the table for better shape?
Well, that shot in the...
Not easy. Whoa. Bill, the Europeans just come with shot after shot when they need to. And our score, they're drawing close. Europe trails by 1. It's 3-2.
Only 2 matches into a possible 21 at the 21st Party Poker Mosconi Cup, and already great shots are being produced. The 4-9 combination there, and Europe are back in this. In the second doubles match, or the second match of the evening, they trail by 3-2. That's after winning the team contest earlier on, very convincingly, 5-1. Next up, it's the first singles contest of the evening. Mark Gray against John Schmidt. Then Feijen and Ekonomopoulos take on Bergman and Van Boening. And then a mouth-watering clash between the two titans of pool, Darren Appleton and Van Boening again. Will Europe lead overnight? At the moment, it's looking reasonably good for them. But this match is going to be so crucial.
Rack 6, USA to break, leading 3 racks to 2.
Corey Deuel will come down and take a look at this rack. He can't ask for a re-rack, but Corey knows if there's any split in the back of the rack, that can provide the 9 ball with an escape route toward the corner pocket. Here is a ball down, and the 1 ball is sitting over the pocket. This is the kind of opening you want. Now, America needs to capitalize on this rack.
When Appleton and Boyes represented England and won the World Cup of Pool, it was significantly winner breaks. Here it's alternate break, and so hard to foster any kind of sustained rhythm. The Americans just nipping in and winning the odd rack here and there.
Well, if that 5 ball passes the 9, Europe should not come back to the table. And it must, because that's the shot he played position for. So, oh, he's got a mile of room there. An easy shape for the 6 ball. Just draw back over to that side of the table. I cannot believe that Corey missed that shot, and he cannot believe he missed that shot.
Well, he did so because he applied unwanted side spin. That's the death knell when you miss a ball of that simplicity.
And he didn't need side spin. Well, it's awfully close to see whether Europe can cut this ball. They may have to play a 3-rail safety where they leave the cue ball behind the 8 and send the 5 out 3 rails to the other end of the table. I just cannot tell if they can cut this ball. And even if they can they escape the 8 ball to get back over for the 6? What, does it pay anything, Phil?
Well, when you miss a ball like that, you deserve to leave it on, and they haven't. So the Americans can count themselves very fortunate.
He's going to leave the ball behind the 8 and send the cue ball out. That's strange. I believe America can see the edge of the 5, but oh, they can see all of it now. They could play a combo, but the safety is a lot easier. Bank the 5 around the 8 and leave the cue ball behind the 8. It looks like he's going for a shot here. Nope, that's the safety. Has he left an ear of that ball out?
No, it's definitely a snooker. I'll tell you what, with this table, the way it's playing so fast, these delicate shots require a steely nerve. They really do. That's why the Europeans overhit their safety. The cue ball is flying on the bed.
He can kick this in, but then can he get to the 6 ball? Oh, he missed it. And again, we have a ball in hand.
Hold shot. Ball in hand. Start the clock.
With this, it's a simple clearance.
And having missed the 5 originally, how fortunate is he to be back at the table? Potting it.
Oh, he patted the table. He wants it to slow down. That is much too close to your work. The cut is now out of the question.
I'm telling you, Jerry, I'm guilty of repetition here, but this table is a flying machine. All of the misjudgments are being overhit.
Yes, that's a sign of being early in the tournament too. Your adrenaline is running like crazy through that cueing arm. Karl and Darren know there's an opportunity possibly coming up right now, and they could tie this match. The pressure is really on Justin. Yeah, you would have really expected Corey to be much stronger and be some support for Justin. It seems to be the other way around now with that shot.
What a scrambly rack, but this kind of rack is perhaps more important than the ones where you break and run out, because it can leave psychological scoring for the duo that lose.
No doubt about it. I think Corey can see the whole ball, enough of this ball to the pocket. Let's see. Oh, that's hitting 2 diamonds up the table, and it still went in because he hit it with pocket speed. Whoa. You don't see that very often. It's only because the angle was so close. Wasn't a very acute angle at all.
It was a really cool bank from Justin Hall, and now a routine 9, and the Americans are within 1 rack of their first point.
Corey Deuel puts it away, and that puts America on the hill, leading 4-2 in this race to 5. Europe scored the first match point, but America is determined to erase that debt.
Was so fast, huh? Look, that cue ball was going to stop up 2 feet. You know what I think I'm supposed to do?
Well, Justin Hall and Corey Deuel confirming what I've been saying. The table is so fast, much faster than they're accustomed to.
Ball in here, I'm supposed to put it over here and follow it. But I don't want to get him straight. You know what I mean? I think I'm supposed to.
Yeah, but I think if we get straight, it's unlucky. We get straight, it's unlucky.
That shot, remember that shot when you're drawing it, it's touchy. You know. Smart cool, that's it.
There's a saying, Jerry, too many cooks spoil the broth, but when Shane Van Boening is the cook, it's a 3-course meal.
Yeah, you listen to what Shane has to say.
Europe to break, trailing 2 racks to 4.
Europe needs a ball down and a shot on whatever lowest numbered ball is left on the table. Let's see if they can make it happen. That is a dry break, and they have left America an open table with a straight shot on the 1 ball. This could be it. You can see nothing falls, everything's open, everything's got a pocket. I have never seen Corey Deuel miss 2 shots in 2 games like that were straight in. Just amazing. That will give Europe a huge, huge lift.
If, and it's a very big if the Europeans can win this match from here, boy, what a blow that would be to Team USA, to Mark Wilson and his quintet.
If you watch the attitude of the players at the table, even though they're trailing in this match, Europe is coming to the table with a lot more confidence. Critical shot here. They're going to have to draw across the table 2 rails to get shape on the 4. He may not hit the second rail, but this is not as easy as it looks. Beautiful job.
They've been there, done that in terms of the Mosconi Cup and in terms of massive pool around the world. Appleton and Boyes know if they can win this match 5-4, it would have far more impact than if they won it 5-0.
Very, very true. This could be a crushing blow. I mean, it's early in the week, but you don't want to be down 2-0.
Well, in the programme for this year's tournament, Darren Appleton was talking about last year, that second match when he and Boyes won that doubles, and he was saying for him it was perhaps the most important contest of the lot of the entire 3 days of competition.
I would have to agree. Yeah, he's got room between the 7 and the rail here.
Extension call.
If this table wasn't so speedy, I don't think he would be unduly worried about this, but that 9 ball looms as a possible blocker if he's a little clumsy.
The reason he's going to go to the corner instead of the side pocket, well, he's going for the side. That was a much smaller pocket than the corner. The corner was hugely open. That was really quite a shot. He didn't have much pocket there at all.
Come back up, hurry.
That was a good shot because stunning it in made the pocket effectively smaller, but also stunning it in meant that the 9 ball wasn't an issue in terms of position.
Corey Deuel has got to be beating himself up badly. This is all because of his first miss. That first shot of the game. Europe brings it within 1. They now trail 3-4 in our race to 5. And frankly, Phil, that makes it anybody's match.
It's hard to believe we're so early in this Mosconi Cup, but already we're seeing pressure-induced mistakes. This was extraordinary. After the 5 in the previous rack that was missed by Deuel, this one was even more shocking.
Like I said before, I've never seen Corey miss those shots. The greatest shot I've ever seen in pool was made by this man at this event. He's got to see if he can collect himself, get back to being Corey Deuel.
And what about the history of Karl Boyes? He's been involved in 12 matches now in the Mosconi
Thank you,
Cup.
rack 8.
He's won
USA
10
to
of
break,
them.
leading
He
4
maintained
racks to
that
3.
extraordinary strike rate.
That's an amazing record, isn't it? Well, the 9-ball blocks the 2, so they get to stay at the. America gets to stay at the table, but what are they going to do?
One rather unkind European supporter shouted "break dry." That was, from a European standpoint, the next best thing.
Settle down then, please.
Okay, they're going to play a push out. This is our first one of the tournament, so I'll explain to you that when the player pushes out, the opponent has the right to either take the shot, accept the shot, or give it back to the man who did the push out. So there's a choice to be made here. And frankly, I'm a little surprised Corey pushed to there, because there are a lot of options. You can roll the 2 behind the 4 ball. You can play it across the table and send the cue ball down behind the colors. But he gave it back. Corey got it back. There is a scratch on in the side pocket if you hit the 2 too full. Corey had to have a plan when he made this shot, so let's see if he can carry it off. That will certainly work.
Mark Wilson, the USA captain, says of Corey Deuel, he's inventive, ingenious. If he has to, he'll create a new shot all for himself.
He is a very imaginative player. Now, is there an alley? But yes, there is. This ball can be hit, I believe. Now, my perspective, of course, is quite different from the players. It's very tight through there.
Isn't it just? And lots of pace to go over as well.
You could put the 5 over there. You want to kick at it? Kick at it. Just kick at it.
Extension call.
I like you kicking at it. If you hit it full, you get safe, maybe, you know?
Well, I'm going to try to kick it right past the 7 with some spin right here.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Settle down.
So there is no hit to be made on the ball. Justin will be kicking at this ball. Luckily for him, the 2 ball is near some traffic. He could hide if he gets a good hit. He's made the hit, and all he's left is a tough combination. The problem with this combination is the 2 ball is going to be going toward the rail, and the cue ball is going to be going toward the side pocket. Oh, it can be done, but this is tough. They're going to play it. It looks like they're planning on it.
Extension called.
Oh, no, not with the cue ball being down at that end of the table. They're planning a safety. Gosh, it looks like he's trying for the combo, but then they talked about putting the cue ball behind the 3, which you certainly wouldn't do if you made the combo. Oh, no, they were going for the safety the whole way. And it's a good one.
When you've got the tactical initiative, there's no point taking risks that are unwarranted.
Yeah, the whole idea behind 9-ball is to keep control of the table, and Europe has done a better job of that so far tonight. Playing really good safeties. Well, that's not safe, but it's it's darn tough. Wow. Is he really going to play that 2 ball into the lower right corner pocket? A reverse cut. He's looking away from the pocket to make this shot. This is really tough. No, he was going. He wouldn't have missed it that badly. He went safe. He's fine. Another great safety.
I think he was a little concerned there about making an intentional billiard on the 8, which would have left him snookered, of course, on the 2, but the 8 stayed out. Europe stay in the ascendancy in this rack.
Once again, we have ball in hand.
Foul shot. Ball in hand.
And the European team will talk about the table for a moment. If they do, let's listen to them.
You can have a stud up or top it off the 2. I want to pull it back.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But make sure you get me good on the 3.
It's all right. Even here's good.
Yeah.
Pragmatic as always, Darren Appleton. He said, make sure you get me good position on the 3. No messing around.
Well, Karl did get him good position on the 3.
Just straight's good.
You know, Phil, I'm looking at this table, and it's all out there for them to take. There's You know, let's face it, there's no clusters, nothing's in a tough position, everything's got a pocket. I believe we're going to the hills.
Yeah.
And if they get there, they will have the break. America may not even get a chance to rise from their chairs. That is really quite an advantage in their heads. They know if they can get through this rack, they'll have control of the table for the next rack. Or at least they'll start with control of the table.
We should not count chickens just yet, though. Cue ball uncomfortably close to the side cushion. Not a great amount of angle on the 5 ball. Appleton, though, at the table. Rock solid.
At one time, the Americans led this match 3-1. And then 4-2. And the Europeans have just clawed their way back. Every time they've had an opportunity, they've taken advantage of it. But really, the high point or low point of this match is the 2 missed shots by Deuel. This would have been over except for those. Oh, he just made the 9 ball a lot tougher. It was out in the middle of the table, had 6 pockets available to it. Now it has 1.
And it's so easy for that 9 ball to catch the far bump of the middle. Question marks.
Well,
Stay down, come on.
he couldn't do any better than leaving him here. That's a very comfortable place to shoot this shot from. He did hit the far nose of the corner. That brings America to the table with 1 shot to win this match.
I hate to say I told you so, but I just fancied he might do that. I really did, and what a turnaround.
Whoa.
Well, he missed the 5, he missed the 1 in this match, but he didn't miss the 9. Corey Deuel and Justin Hall defeat Darren Appleton and Karl Boyes by 5 racks to 3. Overall, Europe 1, USA 1.
Yeah, I tell you what, the missed shots in this match, look, there's one of them. The missed shots are what determined the outcome of this, not the made shots. That made it so easy for America to come to the table to win this one. Right now, it's 1-1 in matches.
Yes, Team Europe won the opener, but the doubles has just gone to Team USA. Next up, it's Mark Gray against John Schmidt in our first singles match of the evening.
Yeah, just how important was that? But congratulations. How important is it that you finally got a point on the board?
It's very important, and there's a lot of nerves out there for both teams. You know, to Darren's credit, I'm looking at the rail. It almost looks like the point of the side's maybe a little bit out. That might catch a 9 ball, but I mean, we're just happy to get that point on the board.
Justin, of course, you're making your debut in this year's Mosconi Cup. You ever played in front of 1,200 people before?
Never, and it's pretty exciting. I'm just trying to get as comfortable as I can, just trying to be calm, you know?
I mean, it's only the second match of the night, but already there looks nerves out there. I mean, you've played in many Mosconi Cup. Are you nervous when you go to the table?
Definitely, everybody gets nervous, for sure. You know, you just take each shot as it comes, and you try and play smart pool, and that's all you can do, you know?
And how does this year's team, Team America, differ to other teams you've played in?
Well, this year's team, we have a lot of players on the team that play different games. Straight pool champion, bank pool champion. We have a lot of guys that play 1 pocket. Whereas in previous years, we had all the guys were mainly 9-ball players. So I think we have a good tactical team this year.
And Justin, you look very cool on the table. Is your heart banging a bit when you're at it, or is that how you are?
I mean, I can feel my knees knocking a little bit, but I'm trying to do the best I can, you know. And
how does it compare to other big events around the world, like the US Open, for argument's sake? This crowd and the pressure, does it compare to that playing in a team as well?
Oh, it's not even a comparison, really. Especially when most of the fans are rooting against us, but it's all right.
It's all right. Well, congratulations, first point on the board. Let's hear it for Team America, everyone. Well done, guys.